Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's me, it's Aubrey, it's daily news time, and we're here to talk about Daniel Sturridge being injured. It's kind of news that went a little bit under the radar, didn't it? It broke 2 days ago. Paul Joyce from The Express broke the news, Aubrey. And Klopp commented on it yesterday, which is why we've picked up on the story, essentially. He's crocked. We have no idea how long for. I've got a conspiracy theory for you. I think if the injury was supposed to have happened before Saturday, by now, my guess is he would have gone for some kind of a medical, or he would have been and seen a doctor or something.
And it'd be out.
And it would be out if he's fine. But if he's not fine,
they've kept
that a secret. And this is the conspiracy theorist in me, but that's what I think.
Do you think we ever went to the moon?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not that bad a conspiracy theorist.
No, not that bad. But when it comes to Daniel Sturridge, I want to spend my time thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't spend my time thinking about the moon, like.
Don't you?
No.
I always think about the moon.
Lay away at night thinking about the moon, you know what I mean?
That's the time to think about it. It's when it's there.
The internet. That's what I do at night.
Look at YouTube comments after 9.
Don't look at YouTube comments after 9. Nothing good comes from looking at YouTube comments about yourself after 9.
After 9 o'clock.
Especially when they're all so spot on. I have put on a few pounds. Thanks. I know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm living it.
I know how much of a struggle it is to get upstairs. You don't need to tell me. I can feel the heavy breathing. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a strange conspiracy theory. I didn't realise you were going to throw conspiracy theories at me straight away in the morning.
It's the green shirt. Are you okay there? Do you want some sunglasses?
It's the fucking hurt in my eyes. I thought the lights had been changed. The new bulbs, but no. We'll definitely get some comments on the lighting in this show, won't we?
Hey, look, do you know what? I'm radiating light.
You are. Radiating light and finger movements at the beginning of the intro, you were.
Just trying to lose a few pounds while we're sat here doing the show, mate.
Is that why the heating's on in summer?
I'm straight. I'm saladising it.
What? Sam Allardyce in it. Saladising it.
Saladising. Fucking rice!
I thought it was a posh salad. Yeah, so basically, it's Daniel Sturridge, isn't it? If it had been any other player, we probably wouldn't be thinking conspiracy theories. We wouldn't be thinking, we wouldn't read any into it. Like the exact quote that Klopp said was, he got asked, have you got a one-word answer whether he'll be ready for Arsenal? And he said, no idea. That's a two-word answer.
Which it's not.
It's a hyphen, is it? He's German. Come on, he's being funny in a second language. I couldn't be funny in German. Could you?
Or English. Me.
Yeah, definitely not. We've seen multiple hours of me not being funny in English.
But
the fact of the matter is, we want Daniel Sturridge to be fit. We kind of got to a situation where we were all praising the fact that I did that pre-season in the middle of the season last season.
Fit
we were
since
hoping,
January, looked like we were on the right path.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden
against Barcelona, we win 4-0.
Yeah, but all of a sudden he gets injured as well. There's a debate to be had. We did it on the best starting 11, both me and you. Steve put him into his team, didn't he? His starting 11, me and you both went with Origi. If market value, I think a fit Daniel Sturridge and a fit Origi, Daniel Sturridge gets you more money. I think isolation, and probably playing the Pro Evo or the FIFA version of it, you probably have Daniel Sturridge in your team. For our side, in the real world, I think I'll stand by me assessments that Origi probably plays better for the team anyway. And we're beginning to see the emergence of the away side being Firmino in the false 9 and Origi being the...
It's tough to draw those comparisons off pre-season, but you're right. If you're going to draw a comparison, that's what it looks like.
It looks like, and again, based on some of what we did last year, but again, the caveat being Daniel Sturridge was injured for that. He's injured now. We can't rely on him. I'm a lot more confident.
I've got some stats here, actually. I pulled them together. Get on me with my own research, by the way. Boom. Yes, clocked it. So in 8-9, he missed 10 games. Then he went 3 years until 12-13, where he missed 11 and 1, which was 12 games. In 13-14, he missed 9 and 8, which is 17. Then in 14-15, which was his worst season for us, he missed 6, 18 and 16 games. Those 16 games at the back end of the season were a hip injury, which is what he's got right now. Last season he missed 10 and 7, which is 17. But those 40 games he missed in 14-15 were the biggest. What I thought was really interesting from that, it's not the most amount of games he's missed in one go, the hip injury. He obviously missed 16 games, but it's the most amount of days he was out for. So I think it obviously covers some of the summer and stuff because he missed 167 days of training.
Days,
like, that's nearly half a year, you know what I mean? So what we're looking at now is we're looking at a hip injury Now, me doing this research has made me do the conspiracy theory because my mind's run away with me. I'm like, if he's out for 6 months, no wonder the club aren't talking to us about it.
Yeah.
I wonder if, because hip injuries are such funny ones, aren't they? It's like there's a lot of cartilage and stuff around there, and you're never quite sure. Obviously, it connects your legs with your body. How long that's going to take to heal? My brother had a hip injury when he was growing up, and he actually had to get dealt with at the Children's Hospital when he was like 20 years old for this, because it was an injury that only children growing normally get.
I'm sure your brother's made up getting this out onto the...
No, but
onto the,
it's not embarrassing, is it? Just something
just a
goes wrong
fact.
with your body,
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
And the fact is, the best people to deal with that injury...
With the doctors who deal with it every day.
Older children's doctors.
Because they deal with that more often. Was that a sudden growth spurt or something?
It was to do with how he'd grown, as opposed to he was in the middle of a growth spurt, like.
Yeah, I know Steven Gerrard, it wasn't hip, it was lower back, which is very close to the hip. He was meant to make his debut 2 years earlier than he did, and then he had a lot of injuries around that area because of growing and just what happened to him and that stuff.
So hip injuries are a funny one. 26 years old, I'm not saying it's the same injury as my brother. He's obviously, I'd guess he's done something to it in a match or something like that, whereas Ashley wouldn't have done that, like. But it does make me really worry. The last time he was out was nearly 6 months with a hip injury, which was innocuous at the time anyway. Yeah,
and again, it's that thing of, it does echo that, why has he been so silent? Why is Klopp saying he doesn't know? I went the other way with the conspiracy theory, so I had him in my starting 11. I would have had 11 out of 11
just to back Klopp up there, the quotes that he said, I saw them written on the internet timed at like 9:37 on Monday morning.
Okay.
So, I'm not saying he would have gone to the doctors on a Sunday, but Monday, maybe now he knows. Yeah. I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, my mind just took me to, I don't know, I've no idea, being that thing that Klopp said about him, how he needs to learn to play through pain, and how he's a very fragile, and there was a lot...
That seemed to piss Sturridge off, didn't it?
It did, yeah, and there was a lot of people questioning, and he came back when he started playing for us again at the back end of last season, saying, it really annoyed me, it really angered me to people doubting it, and that's people saying it was a fake injury and it was psychological. But again, and that's the problem, we've got a player who we can't trust it to be fit, and we hear stories, and we instantly, you bring your baggage towards it, and because he's missed so many games, like you look at that over the last 2 seasons, since the last time we were any really good, he's missed like 60 games. Is that about right?
74, I think, quickly.
74, fucking
75,
hell.
because I think one of them was in 12-13.
Yeah, but you're missing like 75 games out of a potential of playing. 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Joe, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's one
in 3? It's an entire campaign,
season, isn't it? And that's if you go all the way in stuff.
Last year we played about 72 games and we went really far.
Exactly.
So it's ridiculous, isn't it? So you bring your baggage towards it. Look, I want nothing more for Liverpool Football Club than a fit 26-year-old Daniel Sturridge, either starting, putting the team under pressure, or just to give us that weapon in our arsenal, because I think he's a fantastic footballer, and that goal he scored against Sevilla was world class, and not many other people in our squad can do that finish.
Coutinho's about the only one, isn't it? Yeah. But Sturridge is so much more consistent that we need somebody
1
like
in 2
that.
strike rate is ridiculous.
And that's including all those games where he's rusty and he's coming back from injury and stuff like that, isn't it? And he still gets that 1 and 2.
Yeah. And he actually plays better sometimes. He finishes better when he is rusty, because he just hits it, because he can't do the extra stuff. It's normally, he comes back and scores on his return a few games, and then it takes him a few games to actually get back into it, and then he gets back into that.
Question for you though, is he the same striker? We saw last season, I think he was match fit towards the end of it.
Yeah, no he isn't.
He's not the same striker,
No, he isn't. I remember in the sad moments of the post-Sevilla defeat, your comments were like, there was that ball over the top that he just couldn't run for. And I know it was a tiring game, sapping game, it's a final, and you shouldn't really hang anyone out to dry on one game, but we played the ball over the top to a Daniel Sturridge that hasn't played for Liverpool for 3 years. When he joined us, you remember the Daniel Sturridge who joined us, and at the same time, Coutinho and Sturridge came in, and we were just so excited. He just raped Newcastle. And there was a lot of those goals.
It was Drinkwater Vardy stuff at times, wasn't it? I don't think it was as direct. I think the passes were a little bit more pretty. But the idea was essentially the same. Hit it into the space and Sturridge would go and get you the ball.
And he just, because Newcastle had played Colaccini and I think possibly Stephen Taylor and Ryan Taylor, who just couldn't run. We just scored so many goals against them.
And a high back line.
We were so excited. And I even remember the one when Does he do? Is it Suarez who does the dummy and it runs through for Sturridge, or the other way around? But there was a moment where it was our archetypical goal. Coutinho's hitting the ball, and they just run at it. He's not there anymore. Now, what we saw last season, I remember the West Ham away in the FA Cup, the replay. He was playing like a 10, and we saw it for England at times. He comes a lot deeper now. He's very skillful on the ball, so he's still got a role to play in doing that. And Origi has become the Sturridge. He's become the foil to that, which is just the ball over the top. You can run the lines and run the channels. Whether Klopp wants to field that many attackers or that many strikers on the pitch at the same time remains to be seen. Ultimately, he's got to be fit, and he's got to be fit and play for Liverpool. We've said it about 20 times on news shows, build-up shows, season previews, season wrap-ups. This is his last chance. If he misses anywhere near that again for Liverpool, he's gone. His career as a Liverpool footballer is over, because you can't miss 50% of the games across 4 seasons and earn a good living at Liverpool Football Club, because no matter his stats and how good he is, there's someone else out there who'll do a job for Liverpool and play all those games.
Yeah, I think you're right. And talking about somebody whose career at Liverpool Football Club is over for now, Brannagan's gone out on loan to Wigan.
Yep.
It's a season-long loan as per. Obviously, we've struck up a relationship this summer because they've thankfully taken Bogdan off our hands. It's not the same type of a loan deal, this, though, is it? This is more about, whereas I think Bogdan was just getting him off our books.
Yeah.
Brannagan, I can see I take real heart in this loan deal.
No, it's brilliant, because Bogdan and Brannagan are going to play together and then come back and dominate our team next year.
You need, as a goalkeeper, you need a strong relationship with your midfielder.
With your holding mid.
I'm just saying.
Bogdan definitely does. Bogdan, because if you've got Bogdan in goal...
Fucking strong relationship with the ball, that man, just catching.
Maybe
he should have had a stronger relationship with his dad, throwing him the frigging ball and playing catch when they were kids, and that would have been fine.
Did you know? Tom, you're going to have to cut that, because Bogdan's dad died when he was like 4.
Did he really?
No, he didn't, but you shit it a little bit just there, didn't you? But no, I don't know. His dad was an abuser. I have no idea. Look,
if he was, though, Aubrey,
how bad am I going to feel tomorrow?
Like a tit.
Yeah, I've done that many times. Look, Bogdan's like a Balotelli type deal. It's like the old style loan deals that we used to do, which was, shit, we've got this player that no one will buy.
Tom, check that for us, yeah?
Can we send Elzar out? Can we send Akolani out, and someone just pay us half their wage? We'll pay you to have a player. But Brannagan is the other type. It's the exciting type of loan deals where, like, Ryan Kent's gone out and he started at the weekend, and now Brannagan's actually gone out to Wigan.
Well, he's talked about playing with men.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think is really important, that he's relishing the task of playing against experienced professional footballers and furthering himself. Look, he's one of those shining lights from pre-season in the back end of last season, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a guy that... It's funny because I flip-flopped on this all summer long, really. Before the pre-season started, I never thought that Kevin Stewart would be a Liverpool player. And having gone through pre-season, before the season started, I would have said Brannagan's got a chance. And now I'm looking at them going, Stewart bumped himself back ahead.
Definitely.
And it kind of gives, you know what we should do? A show on this, about the pre-season ups and downs. We should do a proper show, it's just come to my head now, of like how people have gone up and down in people's estimations through pre-season.
What would you call that show?
Let's call it the Stock Exchange show like we did last year.
The Footy 100.
The FTSE 100, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a good job that we've still got those printed out. And
it's a good job.
Tom, start doing the research for that.
It's got to be done, mate. But no, seriously, Kevin Stewart for me is now
that
part of the first team.
Barcelona performance, second half. I liked Kevin Stewart because he was someone, I don't want to steal someone's quote, but I can't remember who to attribute it to it, but it was someone, I think it was for This Is Anfield, their player ratings, and it said Kevin Stewart 6 is going to be the most used phrase this season, because it comes in and he's fine. And I thought, yeah, that's fine, what you'd seen from him pre-season, he is. And he kicked it up a notch. I'd never seen Kevin Stewart play balls forward the way he did it, Joe. That ball for Firmino, unfortunately, Firmino doesn't finish it, and he doesn't pass it to Mane.
It's what we talked about on the subscriber show, though, isn't it? About how Liverpool's football has changed and how we expect to see Klopp's football this season. It's that winning the ball back high up the pitch, but the strikers this time, and especially against Barcelona, seem to be in a position to break. People were running before the ball was won.
Played.
And it's that trust in your teammates and trusting that Stewart's the man to do it. Because don't get me wrong here, had it been Emre Can, I can understand Firmino making the run.
Because he's a
but
better
Stewart's not shown us anything of that. Definitely but he's obviously shown them that he can do that, and that's the important thing. He's got the trust of his teammates.
I think Stewart's that little bit older, and he needs to prove it. I think someone made a very interesting comment. I think it was one of the Anfield Rap boys in our committee show, which was, he's the type of player who'd just be happy to be at Liverpool. He's not going to be pushing for a move. You should keep him around because he's going to be happy to be getting the 5 to 10 games that he will get. I think he's really impressed. I don't think he's impressed me. He has impressed me, and I think he should have impressed some Liverpool fans because I'm confident now to lose Lucas and have a youngest version of him in Stewart to take that place because he's a little bit more dynamic and he's obviously got the legs because he's younger.
Yeah, nice.
Brannagan.
Question for you. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. Would you put Stewart in your fancy football team?
No, because he's not going to get any footy.
Will you be putting Daniel Sturridge in your fancy football team?
He was in until yesterday and now he's out.
So who are you putting in there up top?
Up top?
Instead of Daniel Sturridge?
At the moment, I've gone for... Spent all my money to stop me spending it elsewhere. I've gone for Aguero and Zlatan.
Aguero and Zlatan.
And Musa.
I'll be totally honest with you. I've put a placeholder side in there. I'm going to cheat. I want to win this. I'm a competitive person. I'm going to have a look at everybody else's side. If you're allowed to do that, mine's locked. Mine, for some reason, is in my wife's name. It's a long thing to do with a free bet that I won a long time ago. It's under Katrina Pajak. She will not be running my fantasy football team.
She'd do a better job.
Well, you know, I've beaten you 3 out of the last 4 years, so that means she'd beat you 3 out of the last 4 years.
I'm going to get Robin to run my one for me.
Robin's 2.
She'd do a better job than me.
And she's taller than you as well. Anyway, we're talking fantasy football. We're talking Sky Fantasy Football. The league pin is, I'm going to fuck them up. It's not going to be there today. It's going to be there in a lovely graphic that we've taken straight off the website. Oh, yes, it is. You can go 2 ways to the website. It's skysports.com/fantasy football, or it's fantasyfootball.skysports.com. I think they're the 2 ways that you can go. Enter the league using the pin. Sign up, see if you can beat Aubrey, see if you can beat me, see if you can beat Tom, and see if you can beat Paul when he returns from his holiday tomorrow.